Hello, welcome to Cardminds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a Cancer weekly money and career reading from September 1st to the 7th, 2025. Cancer, welcome, welcome. Let's see what messages we have for this upcoming week. Cancer's weekly money and career, September 1st to the 7th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I hope you are well. Be on the lookout on the here out for the magic word if you're interested in putting your name in the hat for a free reading. All you have to do is put the magic word down below in the comments section and be subscribed. I will pull one name and announce it at the end of the month of September. So grab your best headphones, earbuds for better sound, and let's get started. Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising Venus. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for the Sun, the sign of Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, money and career, September 1st to the 7th, 2025. What are the messages? What is the root of the matter? What do we need to know for this upcoming week for the sign of Cancer? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. One more card. Thank you. Nope. Thank you. Okay, what do we got for Cancer? King of Wands. Judgment. Justice. Lovers. Hermit. Four of Wands. Seven of Wands. Two of Wands. Five of Swords. And the Seven of Cups. Powerful awakening here. There's a decision that's made, justice, court, you making a decision, something off balance. There's an awakening. So there's something that you're suddenly made aware of, or you're finally seeing the big picture, or you're finally seeing the real picture, not the big picture, the real picture, finally understanding what's going on, right? And so there's healing here once this justice decision comes in. So again, whether it's the courts that are making decisions, or an institution, administration, or you or someone else making a decision, it's certainly something that, a decision that puts everybody back in their place and brings back balance to something that wasn't balanced, or that needed to be addressed, that wasn't viable anyway. There's integrity involved here. There's a lot of integrity involved. In other words, it feels like the courts are making a decision, or the company's making a decision, or an institution, administration, whatever. But you're within that, you're making your own decision and assessing the situation and knowing exactly where you stand, what you represent, what this is all about, and how you realize what is important for you. So you're making your own decision while all this is going on. justice decision in your department, in your or a court decision in your business or in your company, or decision that's made from corporate, from management, from someone, and you're making your decisions upon that. And so you're making a financial choice. There can be a partnership there. There can be you joining resources with your partner or with someone or with another group of people, or how are you going to process forward in your career? What is it that you want? So it feels like there's a conflict over money, or a decision over a conflict over money, right? And whatever courts say or justice says, right, you know that you're going to follow your values, your integrity, your beliefs, and you're just not all about profit. So it feels like there are a lot of people that are all about profit. There is a King of Wands there. Someone that is bold, that dares to put themselves out there, that doesn't really care about whatever anybody else thinks. This person is a master entrepreneur. This person has made wealth from their business. They have leadership, they have a vision, they like to innovate. Now it can be you, but I really do feel like this is an Aries, Leo, Sag entrepreneur, business person, because you're making a decision according to their decision, or making a decision after there is a justice decision within the department, company, whatever it is. Their risk manager, or there's a risk manager there, they're a very innovative person, right? But there's a real sudden awakening here that there's either a financial awakening, or there was a review of past money choices, and now it's really time to act with integrity. You have both the Judgment and the Justice, which tells me that there's, legal matters, there's contracts involved. It's really time to balance the books, or settle the debts, or make ethical money decisions. This is the law of cause and effect. Whatever you put out there comes back to you. So whoever put out there is coming back to them, the law of cause and effect. And it is something, a decision, court, justice, whatever it is, that will bring back fairness in legal matters, or fairness in money, financial decisions. It can and so for you, it can also signal this, like, finally getting the answer, finally getting this legal issue done, or finally they made their decision, or finally management got, justice involved, or something like that. That's the way it feels. For you, this puts you in like financial withdrawal, like you're reevaluating everything. So you want, it's almost like you want to take a time out from that to make your own personal decisions, to reassess where you stand in that job, in that career, in that business, in that company, or within your career path, to take time out from all of the noise and everything that's going on and everything that's happening, to reevaluate, and potentially maybe, going on a solo career, a new path. But this is you really reflecting before acting upon this, and reflecting while all of this is going on. You also know, that you're going to make a decision to withdraw financially, or or just withdraw yourself from the chaos, and to be able to reset, sort of get a reset, and figure out your way, figure out what this all looks like for you. So again, stepping out from external noise to focus on your inner world, processing things privately. And maybe you need time alone, right, to figure things out. I don't think you're chasing surface level anymore, like surface level gratification, instant gratification, or validation, or wanting to be there to be validated, and being validated means you're in with the cool people, in the cool spot, in the right space. Instead, you're really seeking truth, depth, and meaning in your career. And you're gaining wisdom from past experience. You're now celebrating what you're accomplishing, or celebrating financial stability, or maybe it's a business milestone, or just really rewarded for your hard work, and rewarded for where you stand in this whole thing. I mean, 4 major arcana, but there's celebration at the end of who you are, who you feel you are, and where you place yourself in all this. Standing your ground, planning your next move, financial decision regarding expanding your career, maybe traveling, moving, relocation, or you're investing in your future, you're working on your future, you're planning your next move. Even though there's a lot of power grabbing there, feels like there's conflict over money, conflict over self-interest, but that's why we have all these major arcana and these decisions, court decisions, whatever it is. Everybody's in it for their self-interest over fairness, right? And again, possible ethical behavior, possible office politics, right? All of this, disillusions for you, power grabbing, money grabbing, everybody in there for their own gain. And you're like, wait a second, I'm reassessing this whole thing because I need to figure it out for myself. I know who I am, and I want to make sure I'm in the right space. Good for you. It's a real milestone for you, and you're standing your ground, planning that next move. Beautiful. All right, let's try to dive in a little bit and see what this next step is all about. We can tap in a little bit into this big justice decision there, awakening, call it whatever you want. And then let's focus on the future and what this next move is all about. 59% of the people watching this channel are not subscribed, probably going on to 60 now. So thank you for considering subscribing. It takes 1 second. It's just a click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It makes a huge difference for channels, not like this, but any channel, to progress, develop, and reach more people. So if you like what you hear and you connect with these readings, thank you for considering subscribing if you haven't yet. And for anybody that has been here from the get-go, supporting this channel, subscribe from the early days where there was practically no one, right, that believed in this channel, connected with it, and everybody in between that has been here, supported, watched. Gratitude to each and every one. And if you're just popping in, welcome. Beautiful to have you here. This is a money and career channel where we focus every week on every sign of the zodiac to bring in the messages for money and career. And there are also lives. We'll get to that in one moment. All right, here we go. Live tarot readings. Yes, this person is coming. All right, so let's, one more card on this King of Wands that seems important. So Aries, Leo, Sag, doesn't have to be, but this is someone bold. So is this you, or is this, okay, working hard? Is this you? It can be. This is someone that's really, really committed. Committed to make, it's hard. Yeah, wow. So if this is not your boss, the manager, the person that owns the business, the one that holds the budget, this is you coming into abundance, becoming financially sustainable. One more card on this on this King of Wands, please. One more card. Who is this? Am I taking this? Yeah, I think, okay. Yep. So I'm going back to my original energy where this is a person that you were working with or are working with, the boss, company owner, power person, leader, whatever it is. You've been waiting. You've been waiting patiently for money, for raise, for rewards. But now you're reflecting on what worked and what didn't work. There's Aries, Leo, Sag. Again, there's the boss, the leader. You're stepping away from them. Suddenly, an awakening to not want to work with them anymore, to be done, want to be in that tower anymore. So I believe that this is a person or a company, a group of people, or whatever, that you're moving away from. And again, maybe you're moving, maybe you're relocating. There's a real sudden financial upheaval or unexpected expenses or unexpected crises, and and there's a real clear path for you for a stronger building. And that's why you're reflecting within this whole thing here. Okay, well, there we have our answer. So now let's see what you're planning on. What's your next move? Smoke and mirrors, disillusion, power grabbing, you name it, you got it. All right, so what are you moving into? Beautiful, beautiful. There's the hope coming back after this decision. You now understanding that you trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust that this is the right way to go. That this is the energy you want to be in, emotionally balanced, opening yourself up, emotionally present, and really receptive and ready to trust again. There's a real sense of, the star brings a sense of stability and serenity, and it doesn't mean that everything's perfect, but there's a real quiet confidence that things are now going to be okay. So be kind to yourself. You're learning to value yourself. Be genuine, right? There's a gentle healing here, and it's not a forced positivity. It's a real sense of healing that you have navigated in search of yourself, right? Really a lot of soul searching. All right, what do we have next for Cancers? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have next? Yeah, I'm going to put that there. The backstabbing, done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And look at this. Look at this. Lining this up. The Sun and the Fool. Beautiful. Which tells me that, once you step back from this, noise, and tumultuous decisions going on, or chaotic energies, right? You're focusing on your inner world, and you're processing everything privately. And that is bringing you to a beautiful, beautiful place. Detaching yourself and just going on your own adventure. Trusting that you can, step out of your comfort zone and move forward with an open heart, right? Embracing the unknown. But embracing the unknown, freeing yourself from the constraints of fear and judgment and all of what is going on in the chaos. It's time to step into the world with curiosity and optimism and a sense of a new adventure, right? So trust the process, even if it isn't quite clear yet. Trust yourself. Dream big, take risks, calculated risks, obviously, and believe in the magic of new beginnings, right? This is about stepping into the unknown, out of your comfort zone, getting out of obligations, and allowing yourself to go, to be curious and go out there and check out what's going on and do something different. Stepping into the unknown brings growth, right? And it's also about letting go of fear, self-discovery, right? Sometimes it's the only way to learn is through experience and new experience. So embrace the journey rather than focusing too much on the outcome and too much on validation. There's limitless possibilities out there. You're starting a new adventure. You're conquering the world. You're conquering your fears. The world is your oyster. And it's also an invitation to consider what could be without being weighed down by past decisions or past failures or doubts or expectations, and to allow yourself to conquer and go and step into other energies. And you have the sun. Doesn't get better than the sun. Illumination, positive illumination. Exciting. Clearing the way of all that confusion and the doubt and the illusion. It's clicking. It's time. It's there. Things are becoming bright and simple, and they make sense to you. Conversations are easier. Connections are easier. Answers. You're getting answers. And clear answers. And simple. It just seems normal. Where before, everything was so complicated and convoluted and uncertain, and no one really could get an answer, and no one really wanted to communicate, or at least everybody was hiding everything. And if you're still in that, you're going to get out of that, right? This is about confidence, to use what you know, to trust yourself and trust your judgment, and to see things clearly and communicate clearly. It's positive, it's constructive. And, confidence in your ideas, confidence in your next step, in what you're all about, the tools and your knowledge, confidence in all that, and the joy of learning along the way. You got this. You got this, Cancers. You got this. And if it is still very chaotic in your world, just trust yourself that you are ready or getting ready to go on a whole new adventure there. Extracting yourself from this chaos. All right, let's see if there's one last message for the road. Cancers, weekly, money and career. September 1st to the 2nd, 2025. What do we have here for Cancers? One last message for the road. Before that, yes, I was talking about tarot readings. For anyone just popping in, discovering this channel, I come on YouTube live every Sunday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday and or Friday, depending on my schedule, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for anyone interested in a tarot reading from me, you can get a tarot reading if you join membership, $5, $10, $20 tier, whatever you pick, whatever tier you pick. The perk for that, for joining membership, becoming a member, is a tarot reading whenever I come on live. So you can pop in, ask any questions. These are real tarot readings. We dive all in. You can ask any question you want besides health questions or law questions. I'm not a lawyer or doctor, but anything else you can ask and get a tarot reading. All right, here we go. Would love to have you. Would love to have your energies. It's a beautiful community. Positive energy community, so would love to have you aboard. All right, here we go. Cancers, one last message for the road. Thank you. Yep, disconnect, disengaging from the past. It has been triggering for you, emotionally triggering for you, maybe for your family as well. And there we go, Cancer. There you are. Pushing forward. The willpower is there. Determination is there. So maybe you've been waiting for this for a while, right? Maybe it's been in the works for a while and you've been working on this and you know you want to change. You want to, you don't want to be part of that anymore. This is really about your discipline and success and triumph of a discipline. Your strategy, your thoughts, and rational direction is really pushing you forward. Mind is in motion here, coming together with focus and clarity and control that really empowers you to push forward through any obstacles. Despite opposite forces, right? It has been complicated. Has been a lot going on. You've had to reassess and dive deep to figure things out, and sort of extricate yourself from all the chaos there. But all these emotions that you've bottled up that have been going on, you're joining them, right? The negative, the positive. The idea with the Chariot is to join all forces, whether they're negative or positive, to push forward to your new path, to your next move. And instead of wasting energies, and I know I never say this lightly, it's not easy. It's not easy for anyone, right? To sort of separate and rid ourselves from the negative energy of others, and not drag them in and not have it weigh down on us, particularly when you're a water sign. You sort of absorb all the energies for the good and for the bad, and it weighs on you, and it takes time to process. Sensitivity and it's emotional and it's triggering. But it's also empowering when we grab all those frustration and even anger maybe, or resentment, or whatever we're feeling, the negative, to just take all that and utilize that to push forward and make your next move and make it happen. It's there. You're leaving them all in the dust, Cancer. You're like, thank you. Bye-bye. I'm on to my success now. I don't need all that chaos. And suddenly, you're just out of there. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Cancers, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to each and everyone for being here, for connecting, sharing your journeys. Gratitude. gratitude to each and every one. I want to say that the magic word here is leaving them in the dust. Leaving them in the dust will be the magic word to put down below in the comment section. And don't forget to be subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. Cancers, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.